Hey, what is good, my fellow masters? So, Lasengle has done it again. Another unexpected banner when compared to the original JP schedule. No doubt, trying to get some of us tempted to part with some quartz by dangling some nice limited SSRs. Of course, I should have expected it, but I actually thought the Arjuna Altar banner a few weeks ago would be the last of the surprise temptations before Lost Belt 6, simply because NA got Arjuna Altar's second ever banner a full 10 months before JP ever got theirs, and for such a high caliber servant, that was a pretty big deal. And now our SQ and savings are faced with another trial, one that I don't think is as bad as the temptation Gajuna posed, but the SSRs featured this time around are nonetheless very good and may complicate things for some masters. So here is just a brief video on this upcoming Part 2 Chapter 5 to 5.5 Memorial Pickup Summon, with information on when these servants will be on raid up in the future. This summoning campaign is scheduled to begin on May 28th and last until June 9th. There are two featured SSRs that will be on raid up, both are limited. The 5-star Archer Super Orion and the 5-star Saber Ibuki Dōji. As you can see from this schedule, there will be a specific banner for Super Orion with the story-locked 4-star assassin Kato Danzo tagging along, starting on May 28th and ending on June 6th. Ibuki's banner will start on May 31st and last until the 9th, and she's sharing it with the permanent 4-star archer Chiron. Taking a closer look at Super Orion first, he is an incredibly powerful servant that specializes in dishing out critical hit damage, sometimes to absurd levels when the circumstances are right. His MP is a support type that mainly buffs himself, providing an ignore invincibility, increases to his attack and crit damage, plus a debuff immunity and 10 critical stars per turn, all of which lasts for 3 turns. His skills will further complement the effects from his MP, and he has a guts for survivability. Super Orion is not really a servant suited towards conventional farming, though he can be used to deal with certain 90+ farming nodes. But where he shines tends to be the more difficult story battles and various challenge content. Essentially, he is a great servant to have in your Chaldea if you're lacking a specialized unit for dealing with the harder battles that come up. Interestingly, Super Orion will greatly benefit from the support Koyan's Sky of Light can provide, which I suppose makes this all the more deliberate on Lasengle's part. Should you roll for him then? No, not if you already have a clear priority in mind among the upcoming Lost Belt 6 servants or Koyan Sky of Light during the anniversary. Personally, I don't find myself using him too often and typically use someone like Arjuna Altar when I'm looking to dish out some crit damage, with the added benefit of Gajuna being able to clear away with his AoE MP. Likewise, Morgan can be used similarly, being capable of both wave clearing for farming and critical damage star absorption, especially when paired with Koyan Skya. So, if you would like to have Super Orion join your Chaldea at some point, there will be another opportunity to roll for him in the future during the Road to Lost Belt 7 Atlantis campaign, expected around September of 2024. Moving on to Ibuki Dōji, currently she is arguably the best all-round AoE Buster Saber, and by that I mean she is capable of performing very well in farming and possesses tools that can help mitigate certain gimmicks found within challenge content. Ibuki's AoE Buster MP is quite powerful, can ignore invincibility before applying the damage, along with ignoring defense as well. Her skills can buff her attack, her Buster performance, critical damage, and defense, along with providing crit stars, an enemy NP seal, and a niche against undead trait enemies. The only real downside is Ibuki's lack of having a survivability option like a Guts or Evade. Most notable for me is that Ibuki has a 50% NP battery on a 6-turn cooldown. This happens to meet the criteria to work with the double Koyan Skya system for 3-turn Buster farming. Again, one can almost see the wheels turning in the heads at Lasengle, tempting us with a very good SSR unit that happens to work well with Koyan Skya. If you're missing a strong AoE saber, then Ibuki Dōji is definitely worth considering under normal circumstances. which is to say not having a gauntlet of highly anticipated banners fast approaching. So like I said about Super Orion, if you're saving for someone specific in LB6 or the anniversary, resist this temptation. If you're going after Morgan anyways, then she can basically cover off what Ibuki can do. Morgan can charge her MP up to 50%, and also works within the double coin Skya system. Alternatively, Artoria and Mordred will be available as options with the free SSR summon feature coming out with the 6th anniversary. Both are strong AoE Buster Sabers, and both compatible with the double coin Skya system for 3-turn Buster farming. Fortunately, Ibuki Dōji will have a few banners in the future, with the closest one being NA's 21 million downloads campaign around October or November of this year. So rest assured there will be other opportunities to roll for her if you really like her. As for SRs featured in this summoning campaign, I think the most compelling would be Kato Danzo, simply due to being a story-locked servant. Some things I like to highlight about her are her separate, targetable evade and invincibility, along with her NP's anti-demonic damage modifier, recently buffed to include a party-wide 20% Buster performance increase. Now, you will have another chance to roll for Danzo during the Singularity Repair Support Campaign 9 around late November of 2024. Then lastly, there is Chiron, who is a permanent servant among the general summoning pool, so there is always a chance he can show up on almost any banner, which can be a good thing in the grand scheme of things since he can be used as a DPS/support unit. He has a targetable rainbow buff of up to 30% respectively, and a party-wide crit damage increase with its own supply of stars. There will be plenty of chances to obtain Chiron outside of unintentional summonings, with 3 future banners in 2024. All in all, I wouldn't recommend rolling specifically for these SRs, given the brand new servants that will be coming up relatively shortly. Now hopefully, knowing that all of the servants in this summoning campaign are obtainable in the future has quelled any urges to roll. Lost Belt 6 is really close, so keep saving. Every little bit can help. Again, just a short video this time around, and actually it sort of jumped the queue of what I had planned. But I wanted to cover this topic when I saw the announcement for this Memorial Pickup Summon campaign. If this was helpful in some way, please hit that like button, and let me know in the comments if Super Orion or Ibuki Dōji made you pause and reconsider your summoning plans. Fortunately, I already have Super Orion on both of my accounts, Ibuki on my main, and Artoria on my alt account, so no temptation on my end. At any rate, many thanks for watching, and until the next one. Cheers all.